Welcome to another episode of Moving to Maryland. Today we're going to talk about a neighborhood, Guilford, that is often lumped together when people are thinking about the area but where Guilford, Homeland, Roland Park is. And Megan, where would you say Guilford's located?
So Guilford, it's about like 10 minutes north of Baltimore City, like the downtown Inner Harbor. But it's very suburban-like. It's very residential, and it's surrounded by a couple different neighborhoods. You got Tuscany, Canterbury, Charles Village, Waverly, and it's just about south of Roland Park.
Caitlin, you grew up around there.
Yeah, my grandmother used to live right near there, and we would walk through Sherwood Gardens and the neighborhood just for fun to look at the houses. And it's really an incredible neighborhood because you have the Guilford Mansion, which was built in 1850, and then Sherwood Gardens, which is like a 6-acre tulip garden right in the center of the neighborhood. And if you have not been there, like when the tulips are blooming, you should go because it's just beautiful.
It is.
Stunning.
It's
It's a huge attraction.
It's a centerpiece of the community.
Yeah.
I know, Tressa, you're a big historical architecture fan. What would you say about the Guilford architecture?
Oh, it's, in my opinion, some of the best in the city. It's historic, number one. So every house is completely unique. No two are the same. They're that type of craftsmanship you'll never find again. Those artisans don't even exist anymore.
Right.
Houses are large and just like a little bit taken a step back in time where things were very much grandiose. Some of the houses have been renovated with new kitchens, new bathrooms. A lot of them have not. Again, it's like a generational thing. So people move into these houses and a lot of them need work. So one family will live there for X number of years and maybe put in central air, redo a kitchen. The next family will come in and redo all the windows. So there are homes that are sort of grow with each family that lives there, and the history continues.
Big homes, mansion-like estates, big lots. Megan, you and I were talking about the HOA in Guilford that is very restrictive in the way, when Tressa's talking about like going back in time, it's because this HOA is really strict, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's there's certain architectural restrictions on the roof, windows, the exterior appearance of it, just to maintain, that like architectural integrity of the community that's been there. So
if you're hitting downtown or going north of the city, not getting around the city, what are the best ways to get in and out of that area?
I mean, mainly because of its very central location, you're really taking the city streets to go in between, especially between Inner Harbor, downtown versus Guilford. But you also have good access to 83, and you take 83 to get 695, and then you're only 10 minutes or 15 minutes from Penn Station, which is good for anybody who has to take a transit to work.
And you're like 10 minutes south of Towson.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really easy to get to Towson.
Great for shopping and all the amenities and things like that. The you couldn't describe Guilford if you were talking about the neighborly feel and the residents, but it's the prices range upwards of $3 million down into the 500s. So it's a very affluent community.
It is.
And so you have a lot of doctors, you have a lot of professionals, you have attorneys and people that work downtown but want that suburban living that's just 10 minutes away, mostly. Yeah. But I mean, you have certainly a mix of people that live there. But it's one of the more expensive neighborhoods, wouldn't you say?
It is, and it's very serene there. So if you want some peace and quiet, you're going to get that there. It's not a lot of foot traffic. There's not a lot of traffic. If you don't live in Guilford, you're not going through the neighborhood to get somewhere. It's more of a destination neighborhood.
Right.
So
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
want some privacy for your family and to be able to go outside and relax and not have a lot of passerbys, Guilford provides that for you.
Yeah, not a lot of people walking through the neighborhood. Now, Caitlin, Guilford touches different neighborhoods that have restaurants. You have Charles Village, and there's definitely restaurants around and close by. But wouldn't you say it's more of a place that you're going to drive to places, drive to your favorite restaurants?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're going to be driving to restaurants, but there are lots of really fantastic options just a very short drive away. You've got Petite Louise and Johnny's. You've got everything in Charles Village and Hamden. La Cuchara is a personal favorite for me, but I'm biased. Tons of options. And Towson as well has lots of really great options for dining.
Absolutely.
I know your favorite.
What, Miss Shirley's?
Yeah.
I'm a breakfast junkie, so yes.
So, as you get into neighborhoods like Guilford, Homeland, and Roland Park, you see more green space, you see more trees than, say, some of the, the harbor neighborhoods, where being by like a Patterson Park or something like that. So I know we talked about Sherwood Gardens, but what are some other green spaces in that area?
There's a little reservoir that's inside of the neighborhood, which has a walking path around it. It's great if you like to run. And the whole neighborhood in general is basically green space. I mean, like there are trees everywhere. Everything's beautifully landscaped. Like, there is a lot of greenery to see.
And you're also very quick, like very short distance from Wyman Park. So if you wanted to go elsewhere, and kind of venture outside of the neighborhood.
And Lake Roland.
Exactly, in Lake Roland. Yep.
So there's definitely a neighborhood vibe there. And we have talked about in the past, like how the HOA just creates a good community involvement. What you said?
Yeah, I think we were talking about this before, but I think when people go to purchase a home in Guilford, they're there to live there. Like you're not there to really... You have to drive to a restaurant. Again, there's not many foot traffic. So you're there to raise a family, be surrounded by your neighbors, and have that more of a community feel within that neighborhood.
And there's, generational pass down of houses and stuff. So you have some long-time families that have lived there through multi-generations. I think of Guilford as a place, where you can get estate living that you would find maybe out in the valley or Owens Mills or somewhere outside of the Beltway in the city, because you want to be in the city. You want to be 10 minutes away and not half an hour away, right?
Yeah.
Very convenient, expensive.
Well, not to mention the schools that are all nearby Guilford. Within a few minutes, you have great elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, universities, all very convenient.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think you're going to find a lot of employees of those places that live in that area, probably, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about the real estate options and choices, which are very unique, right?
Yeah, I think for me, like the main architectural like style there that I love is the Georgian style, which it almost like from the front, it's very simplistic. But when you walk inside some of these homes, oh my God, they're grand entrances, huge ceilings, beautiful custom molding, trim, gorgeous wood staircase. Like it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is. It takes you back in time. The designs that were used were, it was from a different time. So people lived differently then.
Very
So
elegant.
now, very elegant.
Yep.
Very,
And the attention to
elaborate.
detail.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Yeah. These, the way Guilford is built, you think that it's really flat in a lot of areas, but it also has a lot of hills. I think I had mentioned this to Ron one day about this house. I went to a party, when I got to the house, I thought, wow, this is one of the more modest homes here. And it was all ground level with the front door of the house, which is kind of unusual. Usually they have really grand entrances.
Right.
Then after you entered the home, after the first part of the floor plan, the entire back of the house just dropped down into this magnificent back portion of the home where there were tennis courts and in-ground pools and giant patio for outdoor dining, and just incredible. And they're the kinds of things that you will find in Guilford, but you won't find in any other city neighborhood.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so Caitlin, Megan, Tressa, and I are all real estate agents with the Greatest Moves team at RE/MAX Advantage Realty. I love working with clients in Guilford for all the reasons we just talked about. I know you guys do as well. So if you all are looking to explore Guilford or some of the surrounding communities in Baltimore City, Baltimore Metro, surrounding counties, reach out. We'd love to help you out. Take care.